Hello, it's your African girl in Latin America, and today I'm here to share my experience with you guys. Well, today I'm going to talk about my Tinder date. Oh, yes, my Tinder date. I've been in Latin America for close to 5 years, trying to move forward in life, trying to better myself and the life of my family. And dating hasn't been easy, but today I'm just going to begin with the Tinder date experience. So I've been trying to like hook up with guys on Tinder, but it hasn't been successful because of the cultural differences and so many other things. Okay. So one day I was scrolling through Tinder and I met a black guy. I'm like, oh my god, finally I found one. So this guy was like cool. We started chatting. He's like, I love your photos, I love your vibe. I'm like, thank you. So we started chatting, we're chatting. And he was so straightforward. He asked for my number, he asked for my Facebook name, he wanted to get to know me more as a person. He's like, oh, you're in Latin America, I love Latin America, blah, 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 to cut the long story short. So we exchanged numbers after chatting for days. He only knew I was from Latin America, but he didn't know that I am from Africa. But I knew like fully well that he is from Africa. So when we chatted, we started chatting on WhatsApp, and he said, "Yeah, I will be in Colombia very soon, and I'm looking for a black Latin girl to tour Paris with, to go on vacations with, in quote. And I found the one, and that is you. I'm looking for a beautiful Latin girl." So I was like, okay. I was like, wow. He kept insisting that I'm looking for an Afro Latina. I'm looking for a Latino girl. That is the kind of woman I want. I'm looking for a Latino girl. So I was like, yeah, I live in Latin America. Yes, I speak Spanish. My Spanish is not perfect. Yes, I do the things like the Latino, I'm into the Latino culture a lot, but I'm not a Latina. I am not. I am a Cameroonian. He was like, oh, you're from Africa? I'm like, yeah, I'm from Africa, Cameroon to be precise. Oh, yes, I am not a Latina. Do you know that after I said that, this guy sent me a long paragraph again and specifying that I want a Latino girl. I'm looking for a black Latino girl to tour around Europe with. I'm looking for a sexy black Latino girl to take me around Colombia to enjoy my vacation with. He mentioned everything. Like he made me understood that I wasn't what he was looking for, as long as I'm an African. And bear in mind that this guy is an African too. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, okay, it was really nice talking to you. We have been chatting for like 2 weeks now, and right now you finally know my nationality and where I'm from, and you don't want to have anything to do with me because I am in quote from Africa. They have this mentality that some of them, not all, that I can travel from Africa. I can travel out of Africa and into another continent and date an African. Some of them have that childish mentality. So I'm like, oh, okay. So he said his byes, like, bye, 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 bye. I'm like, okay, bye, bye. See you. And he deleted my number. He even blocked me. After that conversation, he literally blocked me. I was like, what the fuck? What the F? This is an insult. So I was just like, okay, no problem. I'm just gonna relax and just pretend that nothing ever happened. I don't even have Tinder anymore, so I'm just gonna like, okay, I deleted his number and I erased it from my phone. And after 6 months, this guy came back. I saw a message. Ma soeur, comment allez-vous? Comment ça va? I'm like, ooh, who's this? He's like, Usted me olvidó? Have you forgotten about me? I'm like, no, I haven't forgotten about you. Can you please? It's like he said, I am the guy you met on Tinder, the Jose, Jesus, Joseph. He said Joseph. I'm like, um, can you send me your picture? I want to see your picture. So he sent his picture. I'm like, ooh, you're back. He said, yeah. He said, yeah. So I was like, how was your Latino search? He's like, no, it was then. I was just looking for fun then. And now things are different. I am like, did someone break your heart? He's like, no, it's not like that. So I sent him a message. I said, look, you are my African brother. You disrespected me from the start. It's not like I don't want my African brothers to date other nationalities. But you meeting an African girl and having like a good vibe with a girl, chatting with a girl for more than 2 weeks. Like, you know, we are not kids. We met on Tinder. And after knowing my nationality, where I'm from, you decided to end the conversation because you don't want to have anything to do with an African girl. That was an insult to not only me, but to all Africans. Yeah, I don't know about you, that's my opinion. Like, there are so many African men out there who leave the African continent and be like, I don't want to have anything to do with an African girl. I don't want to have anything. Now, yes, I'm out of Africa, so I need to eat different food. I need, like, eat, you know what I mean? I was like, it was really nice talking to you, but I don't think this conversation should continue. Have a wonderful day and keep searching. He said, I love you. That is my African spirit. I love my African woman. You are so straightforward and straight to the point. I said, don't love me. Can we pick it from where we started? I'm like, no, I have some friends. If you want, I can recommend them to you. I hold no grudges. Bear in mind that I hold no grudges against this guy. I hold no grudges. But guys like that, yeah, I just gave him what he wanted to hear. Like bam, 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 bam. This conversation should end, and it was really nice chatting with you because you stopped existing in my world a long time ago. He kept talking about France, Paris, his brothers, that he wants to come to Colombia and visit me. What about, I'm like, the best person to show you Colombia is a Colombian. I am not. He was like, oh, I'm going to come in February. I'm like, yeah, if you come in February, by that time I will be working. I won't have time for you. I won't have time to go out and do whatever you want. He's like, I'm coming with my brothers. Maybe you can take us to an African restaurant if we want to eat African food, or we need someone to cook African food for us. I'm like, I'm not your chef. I don't even know where an African restaurant is. I cook in my house. So he was like, you're being aggressive. I'm not being aggressive, man. I'm just telling you the reality. I don't know where African restaurants are. In my cities, we don't have any. And I cook in my house. Like, that is why I don't like African women. I don't want to say bad words. But I was just like, thank you very much. Bye-bye. And I deleted his number. I deleted the chat. I deleted his number. I'm like, end of conversation. Good night. Have a wonderful time. When you come to Colombia, I hope you enjoy it, and bye-bye. So that was basically what happened. And I know there are so many African guys out there who do the same thing. Not all, but some. And as an African girl, I think we should stand up. Yeah. Yeah, just create boundaries. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And forget about all these sweet names, Paris, London. There is nothing there really. Oh yes. The buildings that you see, the beautiful things, don't add any value to your life if you don't add value to your life. So that was my Tinder story I wanted to share with you guys. I'm going to be telling you about a marriage proposal next later in the day. So for each day, I'm going to be uploading 2 videos each day, just telling you about my experiences. Now I'm beginning with relationships, and later we will move on to something else. Have a wonderful time. Until we meet again, it's your girl Grace.